Hey everyone, up to camp today to go ahead and install some lighting underneath the deck railing. We're going to go ahead and do some of the fairy lighting. I did want to do some LED strips or some hanging lantern type style ones, but with the way that the deck is set up and just for usability, we decided not to go that route. And I think the fairy lighting is just going to be small enough where you can't really see it, but also have a big impact. So let's go ahead and get to installing. Just checked out the little library there to see if there's any new additions, if anyone had taken anything yet. But same books that we dropped off a couple days ago. So it is what it is. Hopefully people will start using it as more people come up here, because it's just the beginning of summer. So really not even summer yet, but for New England, it is summertime. So let's see what else we get in the coming weeks. Alright, so like I said, we're up at camp. We're going to go ahead and install some lighting on the deck rails here, just to give it a little bit more ambiance, if you will. So let's go get to it. So here's the lights that we got, color changing. They also have solid colors, so you can just do, you know, all red, all blue, whatever. But then also these holiday presets, so green and red, or orange and yellow, red, white, and blue, green and white, those types of things. So I like it because, again, they're nice and small, so you're not going to be able to see them when they're on the deck so much. And then I also got this switch, so this will stay up top behind the couch here. It goes down, plugs into the outlet, and then the unit itself plugs in to here. Alright, so I'm trying to get what will probably look the best when we attach. So I'm thinking what I'm going to have to do is bring this down below and then bring a cord up to that, but I want to see what sort of options I have to do that. So we'll see for step one what I've done. Run the wire through here, through the bottom of the deck. Bring this all the way as far up as I can get it. And then we'll wire it back in here. Alright, so now we got to run the cable underneath the deck to the beginning corner, down and around, and all the way through out the deck. So, of course, the first obstacle we're going to run into is going underneath the deck here and underneath the stairs. I'm trying to utilize this, some weight to it, to get through everything. See how lucky I am. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm using the length of this, because it was cheaper to buy a longer length than it was to buy a shorter length anyways, but also incorporate in an extension cord, also cheaper. So I'm going to tape up the LEDs that were not going to be on the deck, so anything that's underneath is not glowing, because I don't want, I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have everything glow underneath, I guess, but since it's just doing one line over, I think that would look kind of weird. So we're just going to use some electrical tape, tape these off all individually, and then again, this will kind of act as its own extension cord, because again, it was cheaper to buy longer than it was shorter, and also definitely cheaper than buying the shorter one and an extension cord. Why? I don't know. So all I did is I just ran it in place, found out the length, taped from there. Since I can't crawl underneath this, I pulled it back through, taped the end as far as it needed to be done, pulled it back again, found where it was, and I'm just going back and taping from there to the last light here that I taped. So we'll get these done and pull back in place and be ready to rock and roll. Alright, so now I got everything taped up. I'm just going to pull the wire back to where it was in place. See here. Bring it up. And then we're just going to go on the inside of the rail and then over. We're going to go on the inside on both. These little connectors I'm going to go ahead and mount to the bottom of the deck. Alright, so for the entranceway, what I ended up doing is, well, on this side, comes to this post, goes down, around underneath the front lip here, and then back up again. And just continue on our path. Go. Alright, so what you can kind of see here is I put those pieces on each of the posts just so I can map out, make sure I had enough obviously, and then we'll go ahead and put them on, as you can kind of see there. It's just a little clip, holds it in place. Just this little clip, I'm going to put it on the outside so it holds it in by its own strength. Oops. Put it in the middle and in. Alright, so that was a pretty quick and easy install. You can see, of course, at some places, this is why we went with the Fairlights, because it's thin. So again, you can see where it goes in front of here, but not noticeably like right in your face like it would be, you know, if it was a thick cable from one of those lantern lights, or worse, if it was the LED strip lights. You know, we'd have to like come around, or I'd have to build out something to have it sit on, and I just think overall this just looks nicer. I mean, it blends in, you can't really even see it right now. And again, if you get underneath it, yeah, it's there. That's what we want. I want to be able to see it when it's down below. But I think overall this is gonna make it so that it's what we want it to look like, give it that ambiance, and overall, I think this will work out perfect. Alright everyone, so I've got the switch mounted up against the door there. As you can see, everything just goes down below where it will attach to the, or is attached to the lights. I just have to get an extension cord to go from there back up here. And the reason why I did that versus bringing the lights up here is the box and the lights like 5 inches thick. And so if I plugged it into the box, it wouldn't close, it would stick out and look ugly and we'd have to move the couch out that much more. So I'm gonna get a cable, feed it through the deck, bring it back, plug it in, call it a day. Hey everyone, just ran the electrical cable down below the deck so we could go ahead and plug in the lights. Now I just gotta plug it into the outlet and make sure that everything is working. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so you can see, ran the power extension cord around. Go ahead and plug it in. Take out this little tab so we can bend that down. Lock that back into place so we don't have to worry about any water getting in there. And then flip that switch, turns on. And then just gotta make sure I can get that on. It should be that piece. Now we're getting power because the light's on. Alright guys, so I figured out what the issue was. As you can see, the white wire came disconnected from the lead here. So I just got to go ahead and take this off, reattach it, put it back together, and then let's test out the lights. Alright guys, so that was it. Just cable came disconnected from the back there, so I was able just to go ahead, reconnect it in here. So if I hit the switch, it turns on these lights. So pretty excited that we've got this fixed finally, and I don't have to rerun everything. But that's why you test things out. Make sure it all works before you piece it together. So yeah, I'm glad it's working now, and it's ready for our renters that will be coming here at the end of this week. Here they are, all lit up, ready to go. All right, everyone. Well, that concludes our install for the lights. We've got our remotes, so we can go ahead and change the colors when we want to. I've got a waterproof box just to store this one in, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave that outside here so that we can use it when we need to. Put it over here. We're good to go. So, thanks everyone for coming along on today's journey. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please share it with a friend, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.